It's supposed to be 50 degrees in Iowa in January today, so I'm trying to get a few things done in the shop. Of course the kids gave me their cold, but I'm trying to battle through it. The last time I was here, I got the drawer slides lined up, and now it's time to get the drawer face realigned. Though they're not visible, I'm going to go ahead and fill the old holes on the back before realigning the drawer face and getting it reattached to the drawer. I'm not using anything fancy here, just some basic wood filler. Now while I let that dry, I'm going to do a few basic adjustments to the drawer so it's ready for the drawer face. While adjusting the top drawer, I noticed the bottom drawer face was misaligned too. I'm going to go ahead and pull it, fill its holes, so I can line it up properly as well. Most normal people probably would have called what I had good, but unfortunately for my daughter, who would like her desk done, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, or at least I try to get it as perfect as I can get it with my skill level. Now it's time to let those dry for at least 30 minutes, and I can come back and sand them smooth. It definitely took more than a half hour to get that first one to dry, but now I'm at a point where I can do some sanding. And with that, the first drawer face is done. I started with 80 grit, did 120 grit, and then 220 grit. That got it nice and smooth, and you can't even tell those holes were there originally. Now I can go ahead and start with the next one, and then both drawer faces will be done, and I can get them reattached. Now that second drawer face is done, sanded up to 220 grit as well, so it's time to go ahead and get those reinstalled. Using playing cards is a pretty standard way for getting an even offset on the edges of your drawer face. So I'm going to go ahead and use a few of those, probably 4 or 5, as well as some of this X-fasten tape to help hold the drawer face on while I get the screws attached. That took care of the bottom drawer face. Now it's time to tackle the top one. And with that, the drawer faces are reinstalled, and they look like they line up a lot better than they did originally. There's still a lot to do with this desk. The desk has been a long ongoing project, as evident by the amount of stuff that's ended up on top of it. If there's a flat surface in my house, it tends to accumulate junk, and this one's no exception. With those drawer faces now done, there's a few more things I need to do, and one major design change from the beginning of the project. This front cubby was originally designed without a drawer. The plan was a tray would go in there that could hold a puzzle that was in progress. Whenever my daughter wanted to work on the puzzle, she could pull it out, set it on top of the desk, work on the puzzle, and then return it when she was done, leaving the top of the desk available for homework and other tasks. She hasn't been doing as many puzzles lately, so that doesn't need to be a key focus of the desk. So instead, she would like a drawer here so that she has spots to put pencils and scissors and all those sorts of things. So I need to adapt this section so I can add another drawer. That's going to be a little complex because it wasn't originally designed for that, but I'm sure I can get it figured out. Getting that figured out is going to be a job for a different day. My shop times ran out and I need to get everything picked up and move on to different items on my to-do list. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to click that like button down below. And if you enjoyed this video on the desk, feel free to click that subscribe button so you can keep seeing the different desk updates as I make progress on the project. Until then, happy making!